Kelly.
Everybody thinks they're going to get a chance.
And boom, we are live. Welcome, folks, to the American Movie Podcast. If you've never been here before, do not forget to subscribe. I go through Netflix documentaries, Netflix series, movies, all that jazz, news, all that jazz. So if you've never been here before, if that sounds like something that would be appealing or tickle that fancy of yours, don't forget to subscribe. So with that out of the way, this was a travesty, folks. This blew my mind. This was Flint Town. And Flint Town is a docu-series. It's 8 parts, and it's brutal. So these are American citizens in the town of Flint. And there's like the symbiosis of problematic occurrences in this. Okay, so it's on one side, it's the citizens and crime, and then on the other side, it is this water crisis. Actually, I would say it's thrice problems. So it's not only the citizens escalating crime, and I would say that's not even at the fault of the citizens to a certain degree, and then understaffed police officers, and then horrible policy making in that gave these people tainted water that killed children. So this was already on my radar, but I didn't realize just the chaos that's ensued with it and how understaffed the police force was. There are 98 police officers for the entire town of Flint. They say at times there's 6 to 9 or even 3 police patrols in cars. Usually the officers are alone. They're never backed up. And so you get this. This was a great documentary in just the insight of the police officers are trying to do the best that they can to the over the overarching police force, but they're just so understaffed, so underfunded. And then the citizens themselves are just trying to get by. Flint used to be a thriving metropolis. The median, I think it was the median salary in the 1980s, because it was such a booming town, it was $84,000, and now it's below the poverty line. So that it just within those 2 decades or 3 decades, just this yo-yo effect of impoverished citizens. And not only these are impoverished citizens, but they can't get access to clean water. They have to go at a certain time. I think there's a cutoff time. I may be getting this wrong. Chastise me if I do. So I think they have to wait, or they have up till 6 p.m. to go get water. So they have to go get bottles of water, and so that's already the systemic problem, and their crimes skyrocketing. It has been reduced at some moments in time, but I still believe Flint is on the top 10 most dangerous towns according to the FBI. So this was insanity. Okay, so you get these people who, it's one of the main things. These are American citizens. They do not deserve to have this. They should not have to worry about this. They pay taxes. They are under the United States sovereignty, and this is the richest country. And just to, it's like the United States has a body, and they have a broken leg, and this broken leg was just declined access to health. So they just kind of had this broken leg, and it wasn't helped at all. They just left it. So I would say in part it's humongous negligence on the policymakers themselves. I think they should be held their feet to the coal of that. Like, I just cannot believe that. So, and then once it was enacted, there was just slow response to the modern concerns, and there was corruption with changing the lead amounts in the testing of the water themselves, and it was just horrible circumstances, sheer corruption and negligence on the policymakers themselves. And what I really liked is it showed the interaction between the law enforcement themselves. It seems like they're trying to do the best that they can with the services that they are able to give, but the public has been just wronged by the systemic policy. So why would they trust in the system that's there to protect them when they can't even get water? So it was one of the saddest shows I've seen, just when it comes to negligence. That's what I would say. It's an 8-part thing, and it was just the reckoning of it. I was just wrecked after. It's hard to watch these people, and then they try and pull all the stops. The law enforcement's trying, and I can't fault them for that. And that's one of the hardest things to understand too. And they interview you ride along with these officers pretty much throughout the entire duration of the series, and you get to see the insights of them, and you get to see their relationships outside of the force as well. Like it very much humanizes them, and it shows their main concerns and their anxieties and their fears throughout the entire time they're trying to serve this community. And it's just incredibly upsetting. So I think you should definitely watch this. Of course, there's going to be a slant to a certain degree, but I think this was not in by any shape of the meaning fictitious. I would say it's a great portrayal. It was done very, very well. Whoever the directors and cinematographers and just producers of the show it was incredible. And I think it was important to show a spotlight on this that's accessible to millions and millions of people on the platform of Netflix itself. Just because, yeah, a city of 100,000 people, and there's 98 police officers, and it was horrible, man. I mean, it was great to see that someone's doing something, creating art that's accessible to people, and there's people trying to do good, and they even had a militia, or like a kind of like a peace officers that signed up, and they got a little bit of training so they could help the task force themselves. And so the brutality that they treat the citizens, and then just the sheer gratingness of the interactions of the citizens and the law enforcement while it's on top of this water crisis, it's a perfect storm of just deep sadness, man. It was just sad. It was just so sad. So I think it's important that this has been shown. So yeah, I mean, let me know what you guys think. I did a trailer. There was great reactions and great anecdotes from people that were from Flynn and saw this trailer and then commented on my trailer, talking about my video about the trailer and how excited I was to see this show. So, I mean, there's just great anecdotes, and there's a lot of people that have survived from it, but I just think it's at the cost of lives for a policy making from a policy making standpoint, when it was children and they just deceitfully changed the lead levels. It was just sad. So yeah, I don't even want to be like, hey, like, comment, subscribe. Like, it's just like, this has been Matthew Benjamin with the American Movie Podcast. Check out Flint Town. You'll be well informed about the crisis there, and just when systemic problems occur through policy, and it was just negligent. So let me know what you thought of this, and I'll be happy to reply. I want to know more about it. So yeah, thank you for listening and watching. This has been Matthew Benjamin with the American Movie Podcast. Until next time, thank you so much again for watching. Bye.
Round one.
Come on. Oh, whoa, hey, come on. Come on, Kelly. Everybody thinks they're gonna get a chance to punch some Nazi in the face at Normandy. I used to think I was gonna get a chance to do it. Now I realize I'm gonna be eating Jell-O. Come on, we're men, we're not piñatas.
To be honest, I'm not sure he really is.